Dan Poole with Hopkins Golf. Working a little bit in the bunkers here today, and you know, this long explosion shot really gets a lot of people's goat. And I'll tell you what, this is not an easy shot, but we got a guy here that, Southern Cal guy, he's a former Senior Open champion, a fellow Varden Trophy winner, Mr. Don Pooley. Don, tell our viewers a little bit about this long bunker shot. Number one, what type of club do you use? The length of the shot certainly makes a difference, but then a little bit of your technique.
Okay, I'm using the channel grind of Hopkins, and I love this grind because this is really the club that I played with for a lot of years. It took me 7 or 8 years to sometimes get that grind like that, but Hopkins can make this right away for you. Gene Sarazen started this grind, and it's a great grind out of the bunker. The back flange doesn't let it dig too much, and it's especially important on a long bunker shot not to dig. The thing that I would do different from a short to a long bunker shot is I would not open the face very much. And obviously you have to swing a little harder.
Is that one of the things the amateur has, probably one of the bigger mistakes he does? He's still on these long bunker shots, tries to open the face, and as a result, that leading edge kit pops up. He has a variety of shots that he can end up with.
Right, right. You open it up too much, or you take too big of a divot, you hit too far behind the ball, and the ball doesn't get there. So you still want to hit it within a couple inches of the ball with a square face and right on through.
Well, that certainly looked effortless. I mean, you see how the continuation of the club goes through the ball, sand explodes the ball out. Little different technique maybe on a buried lie. Can you give us an example of how you would play? The ball comes in, we all know that you still got a lot of lip to carry over, you got to hit it a little bit further, but it's going to come out tumbling a little bit. So maybe tell our viewers a little bit about how that shot varies from the shot you just played.
Yep, this shot is completely different. With the longer shot, you're using the back of the flange, and with this buried lie, you want the front of the club to dig underneath the ball. If you try to hit the same shot that we just hit, it'll bounce into the ball and you won't get it up. So I keep the blade square so that the leading edge will go down underneath the ball, and I just pop that up.
Where you see the technique, the sand actually just blows that ball out. It'll come out running a little bit, so you got to really gauge the distance. But we play in so many pro-ams, and you watch the amateur have this struggles, and he buries it into the lip and he blasts it over.
Right.
That just is a very simple way to let, again, the leading edge and the grind of this particular Hopkins wedge with this channel grind allows you to just let the sand just work through the shot.
You can hit all the shots out of the bunker with this channel grind.
Let's try one more of that buried lie, because our viewers, I'm sure, have a technique that's a little more difficult, or they try too hard to hit this shot. Very simple. Let the hands break a little early, and then just what?
And you just chop right down behind the ball. Basically, you don't need a big follow through, but you do need to break it up early.
See that ball come off soft, takes off running. Great tips from a past Senior Open champion, Mr. Don Pooley. Thanks for joining us today,
Thanks,
Don.
Dan. All right.
Hope that helps.